do this! Titanfall 2 is one of the best games I've ever played. It's a fast-paced shooter game with a twist of being able to fight in giant mechs. So imagine Apex, but with the movement and abilities jacked up to an 11, and add being able to pilot a Jaeger from Pacific Rim. So basically just Apex, but actually fun. Playing Titanfall 2 makes you feel like a little kid playing with action figures, except you see through the eyes of your own overpowered action figure. There's rocket launchers, and double jumps, and wall running, grappling hooks, and big robots, and so much more. And just the way everything sounds and looks and feels, and it all comes together and just flows like no other game I've ever played before. Something that Titanfall 2 nails is a feeling of being unstoppable. Every interaction looks like it came straight out of Transformers and Iron Man put together. I mean, what other game can you start off a match like this?
Let's go!
Okay, pilots, let's get this job done.
On the move! Keep it together! Stay moving!
Nice way to start it off. Stand by for Titanfall!
In Titanfall 2, there is an incredible campaign that my only complaint with is that I wish it was longer. The world is just so well written, and so is BT, who is the highlight of anyone who plays the campaign.
BT!
Got you.
The technology looks and feels awesome, and the level design is immaculate, especially Effect and Cause, where you infiltrate a science facility while being in like two different points in time at the same time. It's just so cool and one of the most unique fictional situations I've ever seen. But the game is not perfect. The online experience has some rough edges. The menus and lobbies are pretty much the bare minimum and feel like they're still in development. The game is largely dead and averages about 3,000 currently active players, making matchmaking pretty slow. The in-game reward system and character customization are just like so hard to keep track of and really confusing. But moving on to something really interesting is that Titanfall 2 has so many of these things that, for example, a kid would imagine when playing with action figures, that it can feel like a movie adaptation of a book. Like, for example, the Harry Potter movies. They're very well made and really enjoyable to watch. And it's not that you picture something different, but it's not as powerful as your imagination of the book. Honestly though, that kind of just impresses me a little bit that this game can do that, and it's part of what makes it so unique and so important. Anyone who plays this game will instantly fall in love with the dreamlike movement, have incredible fun on a rampage as a Titan, and make the coolest looking plays ever. Titanfall 2's story is one of tragedy. Ill-timed release alongside Battlefield 1 and Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, and the studio being purchased by EA of all companies. Man, multiple years of hackers rendering the game in general unplayable, not to mention being dwarfed by a semi-sequel battle royale game called Apex. Yet Titanfall 2 is so good, and it just doesn't get the credit it deserves. So, go play it.